We think of coloring books and puzzles as simple ways to keep kids occupied. But what if this book could predict your child's future success in science and technology? Studies show a direct link between early puzzle play and the development of high-level spatial skills. This isn't just about a maze on paper. It's the foundation for understanding engineering and code. So how do these activities build a brain for complex thought? We'll break down the science, from cognitive skills to the neurochemical rewards. First, puzzles are a direct workout for problem solving. They force children to analyze, strategize, and think systematically. At the same time, coloring and handling pieces build fine motor skills. This is the physical groundwork for writing. These activities also strengthen memory. A child must recall shapes and patterns, building their capacity for focused concentration. This combination develops executive function, the skills of planning, focusing, and persistence needed for school. So we see the skills they build on the surface. But what is actually happening inside the brain to make this so effective? The power comes from activating the entire brain. Coloring isn't just a creative task. It engages the logical left brain for precision. This crosstalk between hemispheres builds stronger neural connections, turning a two-lane road into an information superhighway. But critical thinking demands more than logic. It demands a calm, focused mind. This is where coloring has a surprising neurological benefit. The repetitive act of coloring can induce a meditative state. Neurologically, this calms the amygdala, the brain's stress response center. By calming the emotional brain, the prefrontal cortex, the brain's CEO, is free to focus on organizing, planning, and solving the puzzle. So these activities build skills and quiet the brain for better focus. But can they actually make a child measurably smarter? Before we answer that, look at how these brain changes appear in a child's behavior. It's about how they approach a challenge. Watch a child with a difficult maze. They hit a dead end. They get frustrated. But the puzzle teaches them to persist and try a new path. This isn't just patience. This is building resilience. Real thinking is impossible without the grit to stick with a problem when it gets tough. Similarly, coloring provides a safe outlet for expression. Finishing a page or a puzzle gives a tangible sense of accomplishment, building confidence. This is the key difference between active engagement and passive screen time. These books require participation, leading to better retention. But what keeps a child coming back to these challenges instead of giving up? The answer is a powerful brain chemical, dopamine. When a child finally solves a puzzle, their brain releases a small hit of dopamine. This is the neurochemical for reward and satisfaction. This reward trains the brain to associate effort with pleasure. It makes them want to seek out the next challenge, creating a learning cycle. So, back to our question. Can this cycle make a child smarter? Research suggests yes. Lifelong puzzle engagement is correlated with higher IQ. This isn't about magic points. It's about building a more flexible, resilient, and efficient brain that is better at learning everything else. Let's put this all together. It's not the coloring or the mazes in isolation. It's the powerful synergy between them. The spatial reasoning we mentioned at the start, it develops because coloring calms the amygdala, letting the prefrontal cortex focus on the puzzle. The resilience a child shows when frustrated is powered by the promise of a dopamine reward upon success. The brain is learning the value of persistence. This entire system of logic, creativity, emotional reward builds the skills that predict future STEM success. So, a coloring book with mazes and puzzles is far more than an activity. It is a complete cognitive development tool, disguised as play. It builds foundational skills, rewires the brain for integrated thought, teaches emotional resilience, and creates a love for problem solving. By choosing the right tools, parents and educators can actively architect a child's capacity for critical thinking from the earliest age. That's why resources like engaging activity coloring books are made, integrating these principles. Give your child the tools to build a better brain.